In short, I've changed. A lot. But to properly tell you how, we need to rewind a little bit. So about a year after high school, these two up-and-coming DJs saw my work and asked me to go on tour with them. From there, momentum had really started to build. I got a job working for a travel agency called Beautiful Destinations, where I got to travel while doing the thing I loved the most. It was really exciting. I was traveling year-round, waking up in new countries regularly, posting consistently, and seeing my following grow. I was taking on every opportunity I could, always staying busy, always working on something.
It's like 3 p.m. and I'm exhausted.
I lived this lifestyle for a long time, and it became my norm. I didn't want it to end. But eventually, the pendulum swung the other way. The lifestyle I was living was unsustainable. Years of grinding, new time zones, no consistent routine, no consistent community, a lot of stress, a lot of stimulation. It all added up. My nervous system was out of balance, and my body started to feel like it was shutting down. I'm not saying it wasn't worth it. That mindset and lifestyle served me for the time it did. But it was time for me to make some changes in my life.
Yo, what are you doing? We have a paddle court booked.
Something needed to change. I slowed down and developed more of a consistent routine for myself. This was also when I decided to take a step back from social media and redirect my attention into other areas. I started an online filmmaking school and community, and 3 years later, it's become more than I could have imagined. We're now a team of 10 with a community of over 4,000 members from across the globe. This was a really important chapter for me. Up until this point, everything I had been doing was so focused around me. But now I had created something that was bigger than me. And in that, I had found a new sense of purpose. Once I had gained a bit of stability, I made the decision to move to the other side of the world. I left my home country, Canada, and moved to the Middle East. This was my first time living on my own, which freed up a lot of time for me to invest into learning new things and perfecting different skill sets. Like folding laundry, washing dishes, handstands. A lot of handstands. And breathwork. Breathwork was a big one. It helped me learn how to regulate my nervous system through the power of the breath. You see, the human nervous system branches off into the parasympathetic and sympathetic. One is responsible for healing, and the other one is responsible for survival. And in order to live a long and healthy life, you need to find balance between the two. And for a very long time, I didn't have balance. Breathwork helped me raise my awareness around this, and it's now become a daily practice for me. I also dove deeper into health and wellness. I got better at acro yoga and at flying. I learned about inflation and the solution to it. I dove even deeper into studying filmmaking. I learned an entirely new software, and I even dipped my toes into music production. I've actually made a few tracks for some of my videos, but they're pretty basic. If I ever need some high quality bangers, I always go to Musicbed. You see, music is one of the most important things when it comes to storytelling. It can completely change the way the viewer feels. And that's the main goal with telling stories, to convey a feeling. That's why I go to Musicbed when sourcing my music. They have the largest collection of curated music and tools to help me find exactly what I'm looking for. So after a long time in one place, a lot of self-reflection, and a new attitude and outlook on life, I was ready to go back out into the world. Ever since my brother passed away, I was left with this feeling in me that our time here is short. And that feeling has never left. It's that feeling that drives me to do and experience as much as possible with the short time I have in this reality. That's really why I had the urge to jump off a mountain. In my mind, that's the pinnacle of adrenaline. And it was one of those things that I felt I needed to do before I die. I linked up with my friend Alex Satori, who's a professional skydiver. We met on a trip back in 2019 when we jumped into the Blue Hole in Belize. That was a wild trip. Alex would be the person to prepare me for my first base jump. We spent a couple weeks together training. I did a bunch of jumps from his paraglider to prepare. And then the day came to jump from a mountain.
Yeah.
Since then, a lot has happened. I've had a lot of highs, but also a lot of lows. A lot of discomfort, but also a lot of growth. I've continued to change, to experiment, to build, to evolve, to get to know myself better. And that spark that initially ignited all of this is returning, but in a different way.
I want to dive even deeper into the world of film productions, with the hopes of one day being able to direct my own series.
That's my dream. And I think it's important to define our dreams. You'll still see me here and there on social media, but my focus has shifted, and I'm excited to apply the knowledge I've gathered in filmmaking and in life to this next chapter, and to continue to learn, to grow, and to change. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. I hope that answers your question.